Hey, it is your buddy, Peace and Harmony, with you here today. Much love going out to all the beautiful, empowered harmonizers. We are zooming in and focusing in on a great viewer question, and that is, how do I stop second-guessing myself? I've been in a relationship where I've really been put last, and I am having a difficult time sort of making my decision up and sort of reclaiming my life, sort of bringing myself up to speed and making myself first, like you talk about in your videos. So I think that's a great viewer question. Basically, if you have become very altruistic, very selfless, meaning a people pleaser, or always putting other people first, acknowledging and validating their needs above and before your own. For some reason, if you got into that cycle where you basically live by what would be called an external locus of control, which means, you didn't have that sort of security within, but you were trying to adjust or adapt or fit in to a relationship that required you to be something different than what you were, or of your value system. So a lot of people then work very hard at trying to fit in. Especially if there's a sort of narcissist circle, because, part of, I would say, of that whole dynamic and banter is it's all sort of that ego, tit for tat. It's all that sort of ego banter back and forth, which, everything, and that's completely fine. But when really there are other people who are in relationships who don't have that narcissistic tendency, who don't have that need to have, a bigger than life ego, that don't need constant validation and acknowledgement that they are better than, or that they are superior than, or they own their I am themselves. That is known as positive self-esteem, positive self-regard, and it does not need external validation. It just is a feel good. It's a commitment and a promise and a trust and a loyalty within to that which rings true for you, your integrity, your ethics, your values, your principles, your own sacred space, and things of that nature, where you're really sort of in alignment with your values and your behaviors. Now, this whole circuit, I would feel, can become disconnected or not functioning as strongly when you're in a relationship with someone who is narcissistic, or someone who will tend to then normalize abuse. And I think that is a lot of the problem, is that those people who are surrounded by people who are narcissistic, or even, further psychopathic, but we're just talking really, and staying to the question, I think to some degree, people do need to sort of, they're the supply, or the people who they are sort of taking from, those individuals sort of need to numb out to the red flags. They sort of live in a sort of self-denial, that they are foregoing their needs or foregoing something very important for the betterment of another person. So they're putting, the self-sacrifice mode, the Mother Teresa syndrome. As long as I keep this person happy, that's all that matters. And if that is your decision, that's your declaration, that's perfectly okay. What we're talking about when other people are in relationships with someone who is narcissistic, who, is sort of combative, someone who, might, make a lot of criticism, a lot of judgment, not give support, not give validation. And there sort of becomes an imbalance in the relationship. And it becomes unstable because of the values, where one is considered to be chopped liver. Basically, I think that's the way people feel when they have normalized abuse, that this is just going to be the way that it is. No one will ever treat me any better. I am a miserable person, and all I'm going to do is sulk, and that's all I ever will experience in my life. A lot of people then begin to throw in the towel. They give up too early. They they feel sort of left behind, and they leave themselves behind, ultimately to put the narcissist first. So it becomes a real specific type of relationship. And some of those relationship dynamics, they might work very well for people. I think the question, if there's a balance or a content there, or if it works, it works. I think for this individual is they have sort of a normalized abuse, that it's okay to be walked over. It's okay to be disrespected. It's okay to be yelled at. It's okay to be blamed. It's okay to not be heard. It's okay to not be listened to. It's okay, that you aren't receiving acceptance and you're only receiving rejection and sort of disappointment. That sort of inadequacy, why don't you just go down a rung? I mean, is sort of what I think is what our viewer is asking about. So to get out of that, I would say stop normalizing abuse. If there's something that makes you uncomfortable, then, realize that oftentimes then you have maybe normalized that, or you've been so much surrounded by it that you don't know that there is any sort of way to be or way to live. And, if people are oftentimes, a recipient of narcissistic abuse, then they oftentimes cannot move beyond it because it is so complete, or it's so harsh, or it's so strong. And they seek to sort of overpower those people who they are trying to label weak or inferior. And they are not weak or inferior. If someone was trying to weaken you or make you to feel inferior for their own advantage, make sure that you don't allow that to happen. Silence is acceptance. So I think a lot of people, they have not known how to deal. So they haven't known, they become, in that fight or flight or fawn mode. They become, like a fawn with a deer in a headlight, rather than being able to retain your own positive internal climate. I would think, there becomes a very important time that you create a positive sort of neurochemistry and happiness within. And if you're not where that happiness is, then what do you need to do to get there? What is step 1, 2, and 3, or A, B, and C? It is possible, it is practical, and it is, you must give yourself permission to stop normalizing abuse. I'm not going to accept this anymore. For people who have, found themselves in this repeated disadvantaged relationship where they're, not being included, they're not being communicated to, they've got a lot of, they're being stereotyped or they're being scapegoated, and which doesn't have anything to do with reality, but a narcissist will do that to cook up, a big old story so they can get everybody else on their bandwagon. So this is just textbook what they do. So if you find yourself in this, begin to pull back, and I would say, look more at yourself with a positive sense of self. Even if these individuals have not been able to look onto that with you because they lack empathy, they don't really have those mirror neurons that are able to sort of connect with others' feelings. They have an attachment disorder. They do not bond to others oftentimes in a healthy way, but more in a very unhealthy way. Oftentimes, which is a lot of, anger, resentment, that is deep-seated within the narcissist that creates a lot of this negativity, which has nothing to do with the people in the environment, but it has everything to do with their own inner environment, their own inner climate, their own I am, their own history, their own, but that doesn't make an excuse for you to have to take the brunt of their problems. Why? I'm sure everybody would have enough problems on their own without having to take on other people's. So don't leave yourself behind. Get yourself to where you want to be right now. Don't say, I'm going to do this, next week, next month, tomorrow, maybe I'll start this weekend. Have faith and belief in yourself to start right now, whatever that is, rather than saying, you know what, gosh darn it, I am finally going to accept myself in this, and this is what I have to work with, and I have so much gratitude for where I am at right now. And if you can really get that and then be motivated and enthusiastic about the fact that you don't have to drag yourself over the coals anymore. You don't have to be the recipient of snide looks, smug remarks, whatever sort of discontent that the narcissist will exhibit, and don't normalize that. You know, the new normal for you should be what, you know, what makes you feel free and happy and liberated, and giving a greater sense of the big picture and a greater, stronger sense of appreciation for life, and sort of getting into that positive spark of inspiration for you, and making decisions that are along those lines versus to the contrary. Because if you don't, you know, people sort of will either waffle or flounder along, or they will miss out on things, and they will kind of leave themselves behind. So don't leave yourself behind. Remain on that positive, orderly direction I call pod thinking. Positive, orderly direction, thinking, feeling, behaving, and becoming. And it must be sort of in alignment with a positive image that you have of yourself. Reclaiming that, and not allowing just sort of the mistreatment of others to deter away from that vision. Just because they don't have a positive vision of you doesn't mean that you have to give in to that negative vision. It is important to have others with a positive vision for you in your life. Just like an organization that's run by a great leader, they will usually have a great vision, and other people then are in alignment with that vision, and then they see themselves and they have a vision because there's a vision, you know, a positive vision for them, so they're able to walk right along. You know, so it's very important, I would think, that you understand in your relationships how important it is that other people that are, you know, have a positive vision for you in your life, as well as you have a positive vision for your life moving forward. Because if you've got someone who is trying to inhibit or hinder, you know, then you are really not really getting the support and fuel and guidance and direction that you need and deserve. Stop normalizing the abuse. Find and be able to ask for what you truly need and what makes you happy. And do not do this out of shame. Do this out of gratitude. It is your human right to be. This is your buddy, Peace and Harmony, with you here today. And I hope that these videos do help. Please share, please subscribe, and for goodness sake, please donate for more great tools, videos, discussion, and support. Peace in, peace out, peace be with you, and have a beautiful day.